Hey guys, Mike Wang here. I'm the gameplay director for the NBA 2K series.
The 2K Sports Pregame Show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, we'll see the Washington Wizards playing against the Phoenix Suns. Well, for the Suns, playing under 500 basketball over the last 10 games, they can do better. And they'll try to get on the winning side tonight. And Devin Booker, the youngest player to ever score 70 in a single game. Shaq, how impressive is that?
You know, it's so impressive that even Kyrie Irving mentioned that Booker's got the it factor. Might set a few more records before it's done, Ernie.
Yeah, I believe so. In today's game, you can't have enough shooting. And Booker's also a pretty sneaky playmaker. Sneaky. Doesn't really show it all the time. Just sneaky.
You know who else has the it factor?
Who's that?
Kevin Harlan. Oh. We're going courtside. He's got the call.
Live from Washington, D.C., 2K Sports proudly brings you the Wizards. With Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And joining us on the sidelines, another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. Phoenix right now in the middle of a road trip. They've been playing very well lately. It's been 4 wins for them in their last 5 games.
You know what? They're almost perfect in their approach right now. I mean, mentally, physically, strategically, everything seems to have fallen into place. They're bound to hit a bump at some point in the road, but right now, everything is all systems go.
You know, and here's the key. Don't focus on the streak. Focus on continuing to improve every day. That's the best way to keep this thing going.
And with tip-off coming up, we've got just enough time to hear from our good friend David Aldridge on the sideline. D.A., take it away.
Well, guys, John Wall was the #1 overall pick in 2010, but he still thinks he's got a lot left to prove. Now, a bone spur in his knee held him back for several years. He's gotten the surgery now, and he says, some people get their success early. Some get theirs late. I feel like my time is just beginning. Kevin?
Certainly one to watch, David. Thanks. There is no shortage of athleticism in this one. Both teams, Doris, can simply outrun you, rise above you. But now they face each other.
What's better than watching high flyers face off? Who is going to put down a poster dunk in transition? Who is going to be on the highlight reel on the gift that you see over and over? Electric athleticism. Let's tip it up, Kevin.
Absolutely. And it's the Suns to start out. So the opening lineup for the Suns. Booker and Bridges are the wings. Ayton is out there with Warren, and it's Melton in at the 1.
And it's the way Ayton uses his body inside. It's what allows him to get so close to the basket. And where's the help? Obviously, a missed rotation, something they're going to want to patch up.
Right, because otherwise you're going to give up those close-range opportunities all night. If you allow the opposition to get into a groove, look out.
Here's Porter. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Well, you know that Porter believes he belongs in this league. His efficiency and shooting the ball with confidence in the paint, that's nice.
And so it's Porter bringing it up now for the Washington Wizards. And this is their first time matched up with the Suns this season.
And just couldn't make the most of their meetings last year. Ended up splitting the season series.
The Suns have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Melton passes to Booker. He kicks it to Warren. And it's Warren with the jam.
Well, Devin Booker is known as a scorer, but this guy will find you if you're open.
Wall, no luck. The Suns have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Here's Melton, covered by Wall. And the 3-ball is good. Melton's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And when he breaks out the crossover, you can be sure he's going to leave somebody in his wake.
Porter with the steal. And now Porter pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Baseline try. Yes, that goes in.
Well, this guy can thrive in transition. Otto Porter with good burst and a live body.
Pass to Warren. The teardrop falls in. Warren's got his second basket of the night.
Boy, what touch. You know, a lot of guys don't have the kind of feel necessary to make the floater.
And Wall. Here we go now.
Yeah, this is one of the top athletes in the league. Wall showing his lateral and vertical mobility.
So it's Phoenix now. Got a piece of it. Booker with no one around. Off target from outside. The Phoenix Suns come into this one after the win against the Celtics in Boston. Off his foot, and the ref saying he kicked it. Phoenix has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Bridges passes to Melton. Beal on the double team. And here is Ayton, coming off a stellar performance against Boston. Just 5 to shoot. Melton, no good. The Wizards have gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. And Wall gets it to go in on the assist by Porter. And it's 6 points for Wall.
3 of 4 to start. Young fella came to play.
Outside Warren. Here's Bridges. Drills it from outside. Bridges has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's Wall. Score the basket. His fourth. He's only missed 1 of his 5 shots tonight.
Yeah, these defenders just looked a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Here's Melton. Ariza covering. Good.
And padding that field goal percentage. Just hard to stop Ayton when he gets the ball that deep.
Ariza outside. Back to Wall. Second shot opportunity. And Beal lays it in.
I'll tell you, good things always come when you've got players who work hard for second chance opportunities.
And the good news for the Wizards last year, they had a number of guys who could stretch the floor.
Well, think about it, Kevin. They finished 4th in the league in accuracy from three-point range. Otto Porter shot an incredible 44%. And John Wall much improved. He and Bradley Beal 37%.
Out of bounds, Phoenix will take possession. Well, who's had the hot hand from the 2 position over the last 10 games? Highest field goal percentages right here on the 2K leaderboard. Bradley Beal is second.
You know, in tight or outside, these are all very reliable and consistent shooters. It's a safe option to put the ball in their hands and let them create something for themselves.
And a lot of times, those shots they create for themselves come right at the basket. As good a group of shooters as they are, they don't just settle for jumpers. These are players who are willing to attack the rim. Hey, we're not seeing the best quarter by this guy, and he's lost his feel a little bit.
So for Washington, their last game a loss to the Rockets. Here's Booker. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist.
Well, with that size and strength, for a 2-guard, Booker is a legitimate threat even in traffic.
Wall.
This seems to be the new breed of point guards who can play above the rim. Wall finishing with style.
That instant replay brought to you by Under Armour Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive the unleashing of chaos that time. Now, here's Bridges. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
And Wall. Here we go now. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Wall's got 12.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Timeout called. The Suns In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
It's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated. Get a moment to see the numbers for Otto Porter. He's averaging 11 points a game, and this is the kind of strong, steady play you like to see. He's earning his keep and helping them win games.
I think they need more consistency from him, and they're getting it. Look for this to continue. I love it.
Here's Melton. He's got 5. Warren kicks to Bridges. Back to Warren. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. Here's Booker. The shot, no good. And it's Washington the other way. Goes up the baseline. Another one falls for Washington.
He's gotten a little bit more selective with his two-point jumpers, but that's a shot Beal hits with regularity.
The Suns leading. Melton passes to Warren. That's good from Booker on the assist by Warren. 7 points for Devin Booker.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Can you tell how confident and comfortable John Wall is putting a team on his back? Do you not love the athletic guard who stays aggressive?
Phoenix has gone 3 of 4 on 3-pointers in the first quarter, doing well from long range. Here's Melton. Oh, good with the triple.
They're fortunate to be in front given how shaky he's been from the floor tonight.
A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. And it's 6 points for Bradley Beal. Well, Phoenix shooting at a nice 53% rate to start the game. They are sticking to the campaign. Melton passes to Ayton. Bryant comes with the double team. Here's Melton. In it goes. That's his 3rd bucket. He's missed 5 so far.
And they are going toe-to-toe here tonight, guys. This thing's like a heavyweight fight.
It really is, Greg. These squads are evenly matched. They are going at it right now.
This tug-of-war game continues.
And, guys, that's lucky number 7 already in this game.
Look at the last game for the Suns. It was a win against the Boston Celtics.
Guys, think about the first time John Wall registered his first triple-double. Only 4 players in NBA history had registered it in fewer games than he did. Think about these names: Oscar Robertson, Connie Hawkins, Magic Johnson, and Hambone Williams. Incredible.
And Phoenix has possession after the basket by Washington. No good from Booker.
Maybe not that time, but he'll hit more than his share if he's left open.
It's Wall with the drive. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Now it's a 5-point Wizards lead. And when you look at Wall, the speed, the length, the skill, Doris, this is a guy who can carry your team.
And we talk a lot about his physical attributes and how those translate to success, the blinding speed. It's the instincts to me and the competitive streak, though, guys, that makes John Wall very special.
And Bryant gets it to go.
Listen, this guy's got the green light at any time, but Beal with the nice look to set up the open shot.
Phoenix calls timeout.
Well, I mean, he needs to talk to his guys. The interior defense has been horrific.
Absolutely no rim protection whatsoever. At this point, the other team is walking all over them on the inside.
Washington making some changes. Morris is checked in for Bryant. Green comes in for Otto Porter Jr. And Zedaransky subbed in for John Wall. Now the pass to Holmes to stop the run. Off the left rim and out.
Well, I think the defense took that possession off. I'm pretty sure he won't miss next time.
Here's Ariza, and Washington again with the bucket.
Fruitful possession, just doing what they can to extend the lead.
Well, this is a perfect example of how you want to run your offense. Disciplined but determined. Nice possession, Greg.
Oubre, no one around him. Drills the three-pointer.
He's starting to develop that range. Maybe the stroke isn't perfect, but Oubre showing promise.
Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
And Trevor Ariza, such a steady veteran.
I mean, just long, a versatile defender, can also knock down the triple. When you look at how far he's come since he entered the league, is really just a raw athlete. It's a credit to his work ethic, no doubt about it. He has mastered his role.
One shot, gentlemen.
A lot of responsibility, Doris, in being the focal point of an offense. What characteristics have you seen are shared among NBA players who carry the load offensively for their teams every...
A spectacular finish by Oubre. He's got that airtime to get creative.
Here's Green, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two.
Well, things could not have been worse for the Phoenix Suns a year ago. They were the worst offense and the worst defense in the NBA. Boy, you guys talk about struggling. That's the very definition.
Washington shooting their second and third shots at the line right here.
Now, gentlemen, two shots. Roof shots.
Free throw good, Green. And you look at the stats for the Suns last season, Doris, not many bright spots.
Right, Kevin, I think this is an organization that throws the stats out. They are looking at building from the ground up. There are so many areas to address. The first is the acquisition of great NBA talent.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
Boy, he's just been so consistent, right? I mean, every time he's gotten to the stripe, he's delivered. This is great stuff.
It's stolen by Green. And Green slams it in.
And jumping out like this, man, you automatically start thinking blowout.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, they've been aggressive and assertive right from the opening tip. They've seized command of this game. Let's see what happens.
Crawford kicks to Oubre. Good ball movement here by the Suns. Warren, good.
Well, you like the effort of T.J. Warren, capitalizing when he's shooting in the painted area.
Now here's Ariza, covered by Oubre. And good that time.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
Pass to Crawford. Beal on the double team, and Trevor Ariza is going to pick up a foul here. That's his first foul. Wide open look.
And trailing here in the first, you'd like to see them be a little more aggressive on the offensive glass.
And he drops in the layup off the glass. Ariza's got 9 points.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Ariza brings the double. Crawford outside. Lets the three fly. Green with the rebound. And so Green will bring it up for the Washington Wizards. It's a 13-point game, and he makes that one. And that's 11 points for Ariza.
And guys, they've come out and established a rhythm. And also their play calling has been on point.
Yeah, I think that's exactly how they built this lead. They played as one, shared the basketball, running their offense to perfection.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
Suns trail by 17. Outside Warren. Crawford outside. Five on the clock. Phoenix no good that time either. Wizards leading by 17. Ariza goes in. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. And that's 13 points for Trevor Ariza.
Methodical in their approach. They have absolutely owned this first quarter.
And it's early, but obviously you've got to like the dominance down low. They're simply bullying the other team right now.
Oh, fantastic dunk. And he hangs around up there just for a little camera time.
Yeah, maybe he didn't want to land awkwardly. Who knows? But there he is, and we see it very clearly. Passes to Holmes. Feeds to Crawford. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Crawford's got his first bucket in this one.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
And it's good for two. And the Wizards lead by 19.
Well, a terrific secondary playmaker. Beal with a nice find.
To the paint. And it's Warren with the jam.
And, guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. And that one is good from Bradley Beal.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Beal against Crawford. Three-pointer. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the Washington Wizards taking a 19-point lead into the break. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. And we'll be back with you shortly. Growing up the youngest of five with four older sisters, John Wall said it taught him a lot. And Wall had his challenges certainly growing up. We all know those stories, losing his father at a young age. But his mother, his aunts, Greg, his sisters, they protected him.
It helped him to get where he is now. We see it so often. A young man making it to the NBA is really a victory for the entire family.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And guys, we've seen a confident-looking Wizards team out there.
I love the fact that they're getting so many of their points at the rim. Just a solid first period.
Well, Greg, playing bully basketball on the block. Every opportunity they've wanted at the rack, they've got it.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On Phoenix, looking who they've got on the floor. We've got Rashawn Holmes, Kelly Oubre out there with Warren. Then it's Crawford.
And no matter who it is, that kind of D isn't going to get it done.
Down low, Warren. The shot that time, not on target. And it's Washington the other way. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for two. And there's the foul against Phoenix.
Hey, guys, you have to like the way Beal is working himself to the free throw line. Great scorers make a living there.
Shooting two.
That free throw missing.
And Bradley Beal earning that first All-Star nod in 2018. A top 20 scorer. He can hurt you from just about anywhere on the court.
Jackson, he's checked in for Oubre. No luck that time either. And Beal just turned 25. Have we seen his best, or do you think he can take his game to even another level?
I think the key is going to be him staying healthy. Injuries have kind of plagued him early in his career. With health, he'll be able to refine his game and fortify his defense and expand that offensive repertoire.
Well, this guy has become better and better at recognizing when to take it strong inside. Bradley Beal's athleticism makes him a tough cover.
Outside Warren. And so the ball out of bounds. Beal touched it last. And a chance here to take a look at the shooting chart for Wall.
Right now, after looking at that chart, you pretty much can just jog down the court. He gets it in the paint. Just time and time again, he's worked his way in close and made a shot over a defender or found another way to convert. Just great stuff coming from him thus far.
Now, here's Holmes. D right on him. Offensive rebound. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. Holmes got 6 points.
You know, after not scoring a single point in the first quarter, they're still feeding him, and he's showing his appreciation.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Bradley Beal became a first-time All-Star in 2018, but he knows the next step is becoming a better leader. He said, "Sometimes I can be nonchalant, locked into myself and not saying anything. It's just my personality, and as a leader, you can't be that way. You have to encourage your teammates and don't be afraid to say things. Don't be afraid to be a leader." Kevin?
Good story, D.A. Thank you.
And the former Hoya agrees, a rangy forward who can both score and defend from all areas of the floor.
For Washington, they have shot 3 of 5 at the foul line.
And it's been an average year, really, at the free throw line for this group, only around 75%.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
Free throw drops for Green. Well, we're around the halfway point now, Doris. Some clubs are obviously in a rebuild mode, but it can be hard for many team owners to accept that and accept that path they're on.
Well, when you've been the guy to make that financial investment, there can be a little bit of impatience because one of your responsibilities is keep people in the seats. You've got to pay the bills. What you have to do is you make clear to the fans the vision that they have. If you make it clear, Kev, maybe they can sort of embrace the rebuild and celebrate the step-by-step progress.
Timeout call, the Suns. And attendance numbers for the Wizards, Doris, historically not so great.
Well, there are a lot of people who believe, Kevin, Washington is a football town, and some of the numbers would back that up. Last season, the Wizards were 24th in the league in terms of percentage of seats filled.
Jr. He's checked in for Washington. And we've got a chance now to get caught up on how the standings are looking in the West as we make the push through midseason. Take a look at the Nuggets. Quite a season they've assembled here, guys. Perched up there in first place and playing terrific basketball game in and game out. And, of course, there's the Suns, just way behind.
And right now for Phoenix, their season has been exactly the kind of misadventure their fans were afraid it might be.
And with the major changes we know are coming, now you have players fighting for their jobs, trying to prove they deserve to be here beyond the end of this season.
And Booker kicks to Jackson. Over Porter. Jackson misses.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
That one falls.
Boy, Otto Porter with the pretty delivery. That's nice.
Suns trail by 15. Pass to Holmes. Booker with it. And a miss there on the triple. Right side Wall. Porter trying to free himself up. Morris. And he banks in the layup. Morris has got his second bucket of the game to go.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Tremendous defense. Boy, they're putting an emphasis on not giving him a clean look inside.
That one goes in. 24 points for Wall.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Booker outside. Over Beal. Phoenix no good that time either.
Sometimes you just have an off day, and this is one of those games for him.
Wall. And no good that time. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Okobo, covered by Wall. Nice D from Porter. Wizards leading by 19 points. And it's Wall. That time the assist from Beal. Beal's got 5 assists in the game.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Kicks to Jackson. Here's Ayton. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Beal. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
No hesitation at all in transition, and they have a huge margin in that department.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
A nice shot by Booker.
Listen, there's no doubt this young man is one of the great young shooters from distance. Go ahead, Devin Booker, with that picture-perfect motion.
Wall's shot is off.
Yeah, affecting the shot in a big way there. Excellent defense.
Well, you talk about getting into the space of the shooter. This is how you defend the paint.
Basket counts.
No issues on that one. Good work all around.
Wizards leading by 18. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Suns. Now at the moment here, let's take a look at our rookie leaderboard and who's putting up the most points per game. DeAndre Ayton is second.
Well, coming in, you wondered how his talent would translate at this level in terms of scoring. And I've got to say, apparently, it's translating pretty well.
And Porter comes to help. Okobo, guarded by Porter. Shot clock at 6. Jackson misses. For Washington, they've gone 8 of 13 in the second quarter, well above the 50% mark from the field. The Suns coach Igor Kokoshkov has coached Slovenia to the 2017 Eurobasket title. Doris, the country's first ever European title. It certainly helped put his name on the map.
Yeah, no doubt, Kevin. This young man has had great success internationally and as an NBA assistant. And how about Kokoshkov, a homecoming in Phoenix? He and his family have maintained a house there for over a decade.
And Greg, last season there were some signs that maybe some of his teammates didn't like playing with John Wall. Why would they say that?
You know, Wall sits almost every season in the top 3 in assists. Not a stat you associate with selfishness. Sometimes it's really about personalities.
And Washington making a change here. Ryan's checked in.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
That one misses for Wall. You know, Doris, for a long time, few people realized how efficient the three-point shot can be, the extra point making such a difference. Why do you think it took a while for that thought process to hold?
Well, I think obviously we have advanced metrics, and the reason we have advanced metrics is there are more ways to monitor the things that happen between the lines, right? There are cameras everywhere. We can track people's data via computer programs. But I think one of the interesting things to me, Kevin, is that Steph Curry really has changed the logistics of what defines a quality shot. Here's a guy who steps across half court, and when he does, he's in range. So the influence of Steph Curry cannot be understated.
Great example.
Really like that work there in the paint. He has really established a low post presence.
Here's Melton. He's got 9. The pass to Holmes. Tipped away. Porter with the steal. Shoots over Bridges, and Washington again with the bucket.
Well, this is a knockdown shooter from the mid-range. Otto Porter doing work.
Here's Melton. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Ayton dishes to Bridges. Another shot, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to go on Markieff Morris.
And at 7'1" and 250 pounds, Ayton is a handful. Not easy trying to guard him without fouling.
The Suns shooting their first free throws of the night.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
That free throw, no good.
It's so interesting to me that if you look at the history of the Phoenix Suns, it was the Mike D'Antoni era where they set the trend towards up-tempo run-and-gun basketball and emphasizing the three. Remember the great Steve Nash at the helm. They were an offensive juggernaut at that time, guys.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington. And the Suns from 2004 to 2010, a team that easily could have won it all.
No doubt, Kevin, the fine line between winning and losing. 3 trips to the Western Conference Finals, and if not for a few bad bounces and untimely suspensions, who knows what we'd be talking about.
Looking now at some numbers for Holmes. Some nice work from him over the last 10 games. First in field goal percentage. And he's also ranked in the top 10 in blocks per game. No trespassing when he's in the lane.
And you're right, he's been the pinnacle of scoring efficiency. Never seems to take a bad shot. That's why he's tops in field goal percentage. No good on the second free throw.
And you see the raw talent Ayton has. An intimidating big man with a high ceiling and a desire to grow. Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
Well, you want to slow this man's roll right now if you're the defense, because you've got to make somebody else beat you. He's cooking right now.
No, that's a terrific pass. Ayton, with the advanced skill level, he's just going to get better with time.
Here's Melton. 9 points in the game so far. Bryant comes with the double team. Pass to Ayton. He feeds it to Booker. The 3. Rebound, Washington. Porter's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far. And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
And Ayton throws it down.
Yeah, just a simple one-hand flush.
I think he got a few more inches on his vertical by going with the spike. For 3, Booker. Porter pulls it in. Porter's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
I'll tell you, he hasn't been able to find the mark all night. It's a big reason they're staring at this deficit.
The Suns have missed both of their free throws tonight, 0 for 2 so far.
Two shot.
The first one falls. Green, he's checked in for the Wizards. Satoransky comes in for Bradley Beal. And for the Suns, T.J. Warren comes in for Rashawn Holmes. And Oubre subbed in for Booker. Both free throws good from Bridges.
Well, the Phoenix Suns guys have missed the playoffs for 8 straight seasons. That continues the longest playoff drought in franchise history. Boy, this guy has been transcendent this quarter. Something really lit a fire underneath this guy.
Outside Warren. The dish to Oubre. He kicks to Bridges. Shoots from 14. Rebound by the Wizards. Bryant's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Ariza. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Green's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Pass to Ayton. Now here's Oubre. And the Suns miss again. A nice shot by Wall. Wall's got 36.
Well, this guy's trying to close this game out in style. He's not going to stop attacking until he's sure this win is in the books.
Wall with the steal. And the slam dunk by Wall.
Exceptional play across the board. I love their tenacity, just piling it on at this point.
You know, the beauty is it hasn't just been offense, right? It's been the defensive end as well. They're firing on all cylinders right now.
Oh, how about using the rim to get some true hang time?
You know, he just wanted to make sure the landing was softer than the takeoff. And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up. And Phoenix gets called for the foul.
You have to love that mentality. John Wall took it in and made sure he drew the contact.
He's 0 of 1 from the line, missing on his first trip.
Take a break.
And he buried a bunch of shots from the stripe in that last game.
That one is off. And last year, big expectations for the Washington Wizards. Yet, Doris, they couldn't get out of the first round of the playoffs.
Well, many believed, Kevin, they were too talented to finish as the 8th seed. And when you finish as the 8th seed, you play the top seed. So they lose to Toronto in the first round. There's still a ton of talent here, but lots left to prove.
And he sinks the second.
He does a great job of drawing contact and getting himself to the line, something he didn't do in the first period.
Melton passes to Warren. Tries again. Count that bucket. Warren's got 10 points.
Well, T.J. Warren is terrific at using his frame to become a factor on the glass. I love it. Boy, what a nice carom there, guys. He can really use that size and length to his advantage.
To the inside. Melton's shot is good. 11 points in the game.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Well, he went all in there. He embraces the challenge and somehow finishes with the layup.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
Well, really good awareness by the scorer. You're seeing an opening in the defense and exploiting it beautifully.
Clock at 6. Dishes it to Ayton. And Ayton throws it down.
Oh, and how about squeezing the orange as tight as he could there before the stuff?
Yeah, no way he's going to lose that thing on the way up. Here's Melton. He's got 11. Nice D from Bryant. Ariza has the open look. It could go. And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. Washington out in front, running away with it. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thanks. Bradley, great first half for you. Look, we know you come from a football-playing family. It looked like you wanted to establish control in a football-type way in the first half.
Oh, you have to. This is a physical game. You see the refs they call a lot of hard fouls, but sometimes they don't call them. So, I mean, you can't complain about it. You just have to just keep attacking. And these guys are big. I mean, this is the NBA, so you have to be physical and not complain and try to go strong every time you go to the basket.
Bradley, thanks for your time. We'll see you in the second half. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, it's good to have you back. You're watching the 2K Sports Halftime Show. This right here is Kenny the Jet Smith. This right here is Shaquille O'Neal. Me, I'm just Ernie. It was a great half of basketball from John Wall. He had a scoring performance for the ages, putting up an enormous amount of points, 2 rebounds, and 2 steals. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Wizards.
Well, shooters were popping open right and left. Exceptional ball movement. Guys racing off screens, spotting up, knocking down shots. That's the way you play basketball unselfishly, and it was superb, and they exploited all the weaknesses of the defense.
Shaq, what'd you think about Phoenix?
Well, there's no wonder they're getting blown out. No energy, no fight in the rebound battle. Ernie, you got to pick it up. You got to pick it up starting now, or it's going to be impossible to come back. Like the Pythagorean theorem, times 50, times 100, times 50, times 10. Impossible to figure out, Ernie.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks
Goodbye,
for
folks.
joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
Welcome back, folks. A lot to see in that shot from high above Washington, the Capitol, the Supreme Court, the Lincoln Memorial. That is one heck of a view. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. An exceptional performance from John Wall.
And they haven't needed a lot of shots to get their points. Just tremendous efficiency here in the first half.
I think you can look to specifically the patience and the shot creation. Really solid effort.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. All at point with Beal to his side. They're the deadly backcourt pair. Otto Porter Jr. out there with Trevor Ariza. And it's Bryant in at the center position. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington. To the middle, here's Ayton, and Ayton throws it down.
Yeah, a nice, strong finish on the inside.
But Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality. Wall's shot is good.
The defense has just been unable to slow him down. Wow, what a game.
Here's Melton, here's Bridges, and the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Bridges has got 9.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Here's Wall. Blanketed by the D, fights to the rim for the layup.
That, to me, is an example of where the work in the weight room pays off. Wall absorbs contact and still guides it in.
Melton passes to Warren. A little over a minute gone here in the second half. It's good. 12 points for him.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Here's Wall. Yet another bucket.
My goodness. 50 for the game.
Yep, he is putting on a show. For Phoenix, they've gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime. Ayton, the pass to Warren. Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. Doesn't go, only his third miss in 9 tries.
Now remember, T.J. Warren, he averaged 25 a game his second season at NC State. You want to know his role in the NBA? It's quite simple, a professional scorer.
Booker in the corner. Good on the three-point shot.
80% shooting to start the third, 4 for 5.
Wizards have gotten every shot to drop since halftime. They're 5 for 5 from the floor. Wall, no luck. And with Warren, with kind of an old-school approach, Greg, very active with his mid-range game.
And this guy can get buckets around that rim. As he stretches his range, I think he'll only get more and more dangerous.
Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Wall. And it's Ayton with the rebound. Ayton's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Inside. Melton's shot is good. Melton's got 13.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And there's the foul against Phoenix. The Wizards have hit 6 free throws in 10 attempts.
At the line for 2.
And that one misses. This arena in downtown Phoenix opened in 1992. Doris, in 2022, they can opt out of their lease. Otherwise, they'll be locked in for another 10 years.
Well, they're currently playing in the 6th oldest NBA arena, and the Suns are hoping to either renovate that building or build a brand new one. The question becomes, of course, who pays for it?
Well, Phoenix shooting at 51%. Really solid.
Timeout.
Phoenix calls timeout. You look at John Wall. What a contribution so far.
Yeah, he's just torching them right now. A good decision to huddle up, kind of hit the reset button, and figure out how to slow his roll. To look at the numbers for John Wall. He's putting up about 21 points per, 9 assists, and 3 rebounds. And when he takes over at the point, he really keeps the offense flowing.
Well, this is a guy who brings a solid skill set. Excellent ball handler, high level of playmaking, the perfect backup point.
And Ayton throws it down.
Oh, fellas, that was a vicious 2-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Down low, Okobo. Rebound by the Wizards. All with it, now guarded by Booker. Count it, and he's now 8 of 9 from the floor.
Now, Beal, seeing an opportunity to hit the glass, knows how to come up with a big-time offensive rebound.
And that's a foul called on Bradley Beal. That is his first foul of the game. Miami's checked in for Trevor Ariza. Josh Jackson's checked in for Phoenix. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. On the wing, Booker lets the 3 fly. Ayton kicks to Booker. Ayton controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Ayton's got 6 here in this quarter.
Boy, you can't pin their struggles today on him. He's been on fire from the field.
A nice shot by Wall.
What a phenomenal quarter from the field. A great shooting percentage, excellent shots. This is really well done.
Over to the left wing. Ayton dishes to Jackson. Misses the 3. For Washington, they've gone 8 of 12 from the field since the beginning of the third. Here's Morris. Can't connect from 14 feet out. The Suns have gone 7 of 12 from the floor since coming out of the break. Jackson finds Warren. That's good again. His 7th basket, 7 for 10 from the floor.
Well, I'll tell you, he is showing strides in improving the passing aspect of his game. Josh Jackson, pretty look there.
Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points, so 1 free throw coming up.
Continuing to push the action and build this lead.
You can tell they've got their foot on the gas pedal right now. No slowing down. The defense starting to look helpless.
One shot. One shot.
And that one falls for Wall.
Well, the athleticism and ferocity with which John Wall plays the point guard position. And you add that to the frame he brings to the table, and look out.
Again, what an avalanche! 60 points. This guy cannot be stopped.
They've had no answer for him in this one.
Phoenix has gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Pass to Warren from deep. Rebound by Mahimi. They are in complete control.
This is the ultimate definition of the zone. Everything they've done has worked. And a lot of teams avoid the mid-range jumper, but they seem to be using it well.
Well, Phoenix shooting a hot 57% from the field in the third. The pass to Warren. And that time, also a missed shot.
Man, look at how well the defense does to cut his path to the basket. Comes up empty on what might have been an easy play. He's the leading scorer tonight, being aggressive, and so far, no one's found a way to slow him down.
To the middle, here's Jackson. Washington with the rebound. Morris has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Wall, stolen. Jackson against Wall. And Ayton throws it down.
And the all-around offensive game Ayton has is just fantastic. Capable of scoring in many different ways.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And the foul called on the Phoenix Suns.
Well, Josh Jackson, the number 4 pick in the draft, despite having a little bit of a raw offensive game. But you think about his motor, the competitiveness, the intensity, what a high ceiling here.
2 shots.
That free throw, no good. And talking about Jackson, he wasn't the only member in his family to play college basketball in Kansas.
Right, his mom didn't go to the same school as Josh, started out at the community college there, but eventually she transferred to a Division I school, actually got a WNBA tryout. There's great basketball talent that runs in this family, guys.
And the second free throw, good. And so Crawford will bring it up for the Phoenix Suns. Beyond the arc, connects from three-point range. Crawford's got 8 points.
Obviously, he's not the top priority for the defense in those situations. It results in an open 3.
Mahimi trying to get open, and it's Wall. That time the assist by Morris. 67 points for John Wall.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Good ball movement here by the Suns. Crawford, no luck. This has been a one-sided affair.
Yeah, they've done a nice job of extending their lead and maintaining that intensity level.
Getting resourceful there. Go ahead, John Wall on the interior.
Back to Booker. Jacks up a 3. Sinks the triple. Booker's got 6 here in this quarter.
He's hit 4 now from behind the arc, 2 in each half, making an impact.
Here's Wall. Another one goes. Incredible. 71 points and no end in sight.
Young fella is in the zone. The defense right now looks helpless.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, it is the era of positionless basketball, but how exactly did we get here? Well, new defensive rules at the turn of the century encouraged face-up scoring, motion-based offense, and guard play over isolation and post-ups. As a result, offensive roles have become more interchangeable.
It has become a positionless game now. David, thank you very much. And again.
He is simply unconscious here tonight. Nobody can stop him right now.
GA, the points keep coming, and he's climbing up that scoring ladder. Third on the list, well in sight.
And his scoring tonight has dropped him into the conversation with some of the all-time greats. I'm talking about names like Wilt Chamberlain and Kobe Bryant. Simply amazing what we've seen here.
And he banks in the layup.
Accelerating to the rim. Wall can get there in the blink of an eye.
Booker the pass to Warren. Back to Booker. Crawford outside. This one for three. Rebound, Washington. Oh, and a fast break for the Wizards. Here's Wall. Another bucket. Wow!
And this game has his name written all over it.
Greg, he's been phenomenal in offensive onslaught. The Suns shooting straight 49% from the field. And Booker kicks to Warren. The high post shot. Here's Jackson. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And here's a shot chart now, getting a better perspective on where he's been shooting the ball from.
Well, that is what it looks like when you are in the zone. He's been very efficient with his scoring and is leading the way for his team on offense. With every make, you can see the confidence growing. And I don't think he'll slow down anytime soon.
First free throw is good.
I tell you, the potential of Josh Jackson is really enticing. This guy is a remarkable athlete. He can defend the basket at a high level. If he gets a jump shot, guys, that's consistent, look out.
Looking at who's out there now for the Wizards. Jeff Green, he's checked in for Mahimi. Pisa comes in for Otto Porter Jr. And Randall subbed in for John Wall. Washington calls timeout.
Run it up, all this, bag it up, then come right away. When I ask who been, ain't trying to argue with you, I'm trying to figure who you with.
Here's a look at the stats for Devin Booker. Tremendous numbers for him over the last 10 games. Getting around 24 points per, 4 assists, and 5 rebounds. He has been at his most dynamic, no question about it, a real handful.
Let's make no mistake, one of the elite talents in the NBA and operating at the highest level right now.
And so Satoransky will bring it up for the Washington Wizards. Got that bucket in no time at all. 13 points for Jeff Green.
And Green's become a dependable three-point threat. If you don't get a hand in his face, he can certainly knock those down.
The defense lost him there, and he should have made him pay.
The shot's good on the assist by Satoransky. Satoransky's got 6 assists in the game. Well, Phoenix shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. Crawford, no one around him. Phoenix, no good that time either. Washington has gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. And Green gets it to go. Green's got 7 points here in this quarter.
And you really can't forget about Green's speed. So effective on the drive.
Here's Booker. 18 points for him. Crawford outside. Kept alive. Holmes, good. Holmes got 8.
Defensive rebounding, just such a crucial part of the game.
I'll tell you, if you don't box out well, expect to get burned. You can't afford to give them second chance opportunities.
And the length of Green is a real issue for the D. His arms just go forever, which often results in a lot of shooting fouls for him.
The free throw drops for Jeff Green. The Wizards making a switch here. Ryan's checked in. And so he hits both. The Suns shooting in the second half so far about 45%. To the right side. Here's Melton. And it's off from three-point range. One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking. And more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
I mean, you're right. Something has to change in their defensive approach. They're making things far too hard on themselves right now.
Randall with the bucket.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Poked away. Bridges passes to Melton. He dishes it to Crawford. Here's Holmes. Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
That free throw good from Holmes. 58 seconds left to play here in the third. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on Kelly Oubre.
At the line for your Wizards, Jeff Green. At the line for two.
That's good from Green. And Jeff Green drops them both. 54 seconds left in the third quarter. Crawford right side. Three-pointer. Offensive rebound.
And I just love how he's banging down low. His hard work will let them use some more of the clock here.
Ariza goes in. No good that time. And Phoenix will come the other way. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Crawford. And so Bryant will bring it up for the Washington Wizards. Here's Satoransky from down in the low post. It goes. Satoransky's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
Here's Melton. He's defended by Randall. Oubre hits the three-point bomb. Oubre's got 10.
Well, you have to respect how fast Kelly Oubre gets his shot off in catch-and-shoot situations. Check out that assist. You can tell a player who's seeing the whole floor very well.
Crawford looking over the floor. Here's Melton. Another one falls for Phoenix.
DeAnthony Melton.
Ariza, right side. And the miss. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Washington out in front, running away with this one. And we'll be back with you right after this. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver, and he did just that.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. On Phoenix, looking who they've got on the floor. Bender out there with Anderson. Then there's Oubre. Then it's Bridges. And it's Melton in at the point guard position. Doris, you think of all the highlight reel plays we get to see up close. We're so lucky. We feel the same way every time we sit courtside and watch one of these games. One of the most enjoyable parts about it, seeing the reactions of the guys on the bench.
They're just losing it, Kevin. They're falling down or they're bumping into each other, and then seeing the opposing bench trying to keep that poker face. They know they're not supposed to react, but sometimes the play is just so good you can't help it.
And we get out of our seats, don't we? I mean, just like the players do. We get out of our seats.
Oh, no doubt. I'll stand up, wave my hands in the air. Are you kidding?
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Fantastic anticipation. Then he shows major explosiveness converting at the other end.
Here's Randall, banked in off the glass.
Yeah, and in terms of accuracy, they are dominating the second half.
Well, they're certainly connecting on a lot of shots in the second half, generating high percentage looks and really cashing in.
Just a really solid display there of rebounding. They've done it really all game.
Yeah, bottom line, more boards means more possessions, and that's how you build a lead.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Pass to Bridges. Shot to stop the run, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Shooting in Phoenix.
Washington calls timeout. Probably no surprise, Doris. Fans would rather watch shots being hit from the field over free throws. So should the league do anything to perhaps cut down on trips to the free throw line?
You know what, Kevin? I don't know that I necessarily think there need to be fewer trips to the charity stripe. I don't like the hack-a-player strategy, and I think that we've taken a good first step toward correcting that particular issue. But right now, I like the way the game is played in terms of officiating. My only objection to the way the game is officiated is take away those intentional fouls that are prohibiting fast break basketball.
Yeah, we really got done. Put me on some. 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 Yeah, we really got done. Hate the hating, got a price to pay. California on my license plate. Last year they ain't even like the bay. Had to get it on my own. I could really get it if I want. Can't even get it on the phone. I'll be with you.
And Phoenix making a change here.
Two shots.
The first free throw is good.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Good on both. Well, the league is always looking for ways to adjust the rules, make them better. There's a committee that studies this every single year. And, you know, with that in mind, Doris, any rules you think they should alter or tweak?
Yeah, there's absolutely one, Kevin. And I think this goes to the point where perhaps we can have some more uniformity in the FIBA-ruled games that are played and the NBA. And there's one thing that's occurred in international play where players are becoming more athletic and the opportunity for electric stuff to happen in transition is critical. To me, we have got to stop the intentional fouls, which are prohibiting fast breaks and all the potential for the explosive, exciting athleticism to be on display. So that, to me, is something we've got to address.
I'm with you. Here's Randall. Buries it down low. Randall's got 12 points here in the second half.
I am simply blown away by his accuracy. He has made every shot, and what's most important, his team is winning.
And finished off by Anderson.
I'll tell you, that's aggressive passing. Threading it down low and setting up the bucket inside. Really nice.
Here's Brown. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Kicks it to Bridges. Shoots the three. Suns keep it alive.
And the offensive rebounding, really the story here today. Even with the big lead, they're still showing more hustle on the boards.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Doris, when you view international basketball, 13 and 14-year-olds playing in academies, some players turning pro overseas at 16, would something like that work in this country?
You know what, Kevin? I'm not necessarily for something like this. What I do believe is the NBA could become more involved across the board, and we should have more uniformity in basketball in general. And I think one of the ways to do that is to make sure we set up some sort of basketball committee across the different levels of basketball, starting with youth, going to high school, into college, then the semi-professional sort of basketball leagues out there, or the formative leagues like the G League, and then the NBA. I think we just need to look at the game in its totality and create some measure of uniformity. But frankly, I don't love the idea of 13 and 14-year-olds leaving their home to go to, quote, sport academies.
Here's Oubre. Here's Bender. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass.
They've cashed in on a lot of second chance opportunities here in the second half. That extra effort will help them cut into this deficit.
And this is what the schedule looks like coming up for the Phoenix Suns. On Sunday, they're off to Brooklyn to face off with the Nets. Then on Wednesday, they'll go up against the Magic in Orlando. And the first one at the line is good.
And done a much better job from the line this half. They've gotten that percentage up over 80 for the game.
Mahimi's checked in for the Wizards. And Brown drops them both. You always hear coaches preaching consistency. Doris, what enables that kind of night in, night out reliability?
Well, I think a lot goes into it, and you can start with pride, Kevin. If you're putting in the kind of preparation necessary, then you're going to take a certain amount of pride in the things you do on a night-by-night basis. Things aren't always going to go your way, but it's not how you end the night. It's how do you respond in the middle of the game when things are going against you. Calls haven't gone your way, or perhaps there's a bad matchup. What's your response? So a lot of things go into consistency, and it's why we take special pride covering players who pride themselves on being available.
And one of the most admired things you have, too, as well.
Correct. Michael Jordan loved to play every night.
Oubre can't get it to go.
Just a cold shooting night. Needs to try to make it into the basket.
Here's Baker. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Baker's got 10 points in the quarter.
And I'll tell you, good work to pound it down low and finish in tight.
Looking to end the run. Offensive rebound. Misses in close.
Well defended, though, and he's not someone who handles that kind of pressure very well.
Count it. Baker's got 12 points in just the second half.
After an ice-cold start to this game, he is pouring it on here in the second half.
Suns shooting reasonably well, 45%. Down low, and Anderson kicks to Bender. Suns moving the ball around. And again, it's the Suns missing.
And they just tried everything to stem the tide here, but nothing seems to work.
Greg, I think this other team is just in a zone right now. They're clicking on the offensive end, and the defense starting to look frustrated.
Okobo, and the shot goes in. Here's Randall. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
The Suns making a switch here. Jackson's checked in.
One shot. One shot.
Mahimi no good on the free throw. G League last season experimenting, Doris, with coaches' challenges of certain calls during games. You see that perhaps moving over as well to the NBA.
Kevin, my understanding on this is that across NBA ownership, there is real momentum to allow for a coach's challenge. And I think it's commonplace to see teams argue a call. When it's all said and done, we want to get things correct. And so maybe you see this happen in the G League. And what's the carryover to the NBA? I don't know, but I can tell you unequivocally, ownership wants to see a coach's challenge in the NBA at some point.
And I think, Doris, anytime you can make those coaches do more, put more on the line, just adds to the intrigue of the game.
No question.
Here's Brown. The rebound by Anderson. The Suns shooting in the fourth quarter, not pretty, down around 29%. Passes to Jackson. Out to the right wing. Okobo. From outside, off the mark.
Struggling to make shots this quarter and making it hard to catch up.
Another one falls for Washington.
And you can just see he's a different player since coming back from halftime.
He kicks it to Bender. Now Oubre. Okobo gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Another triple, and that's been the story of this second half.
Boy, they have consistently been draining shots from deep, and that can take the heart out of an opponent.
Brown's gone 3 for 4 here from the field. To the paint. A nice shot by Anderson.
How good is that pass? Certainly makes the offensive opportunity easy.
Here's Brown, and then Brown with the dunk.
Exactly the kind of ball movement they're looking for.
We've seen, Doris, the NBA take a very active role in growing the game internationally. Talk about some of the specifics you've seen in that regard.
Well, I think you have a great leader at the top in Adam Silver who understands that the game is growing on an international stage. It's becoming increasingly popular. And so you see NBA teams going over and playing regular season games in different countries. That's one particular way. Then you have the NBA Cares initiative, which when those teams are over there, they can go out and build basketball academies. NBA in Africa is a once-a-year trip, and they bring 2 teams of NBA players. Think about some of the players off of that continent where they have turned into legit stars. So I think it's important that the game continue to develop, and I love that the NBA considers it part of their responsibility.
Green, he's checked in for Randall. And Phoenix also making a switch. Bridges checks in.
One shot behind the lane.
And Porter, no good on that one. Well, you look at some of the analytics, and the best-rated player on the Wizards might surprise you. None other than one Otto Porter Jr.
And he's really become an impact player at both ends of the floor. One of the glue guys on this squad. He just impacts the game in so many ways, and sometimes it escapes unnoticed.
And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Suns. So it's off to Brooklyn after this game as they have the Nets to look forward to. And that will be the fourth of the string of 5 played on the road. Holmes passes to Bridges, and it's slammed in by Bridges.
That's how it's done, gentlemen. You don't pass to a player, you pass to a spot. Let your teammate run into it.
And another miss by Washington. The Suns shooting just 34% in the fourth quarter. This is when the shooters can lose focus. Here's Bender, and Bender throws it down.
Listen, we know Bender is a big-time threat to throw it down, given how quickly he gets to the rim.
Here's Mahimi, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And Phoenix gets called for the foul.
Well, you look at a guy like Jan Mahimi, who plays the center position, and certainly that's a position that's evolving in today's NBA game. And Mahimi has done his best to change with it. Changed his diet to become a little bit lighter and more mobile, which is crucial.
And the first one at the line is good. Doris, you mentioned Mahimi changing his diet. He said that was not easy for him.
Well, Kevin, his weaknesses are French food and sweets. He describes himself as a big-time chocolate guy. But you understand, if you're Jan, that you need to change your body type in order to be effective and increase your longevity.
Mahimi hits them both. And Doris, last summer we saw the inaugural season of the NBA 2K League. Over half the league's franchises fielding teams. It looks to be the start of something very special and very unique.
No doubt, Kevin. And the NBA has always been an organization at the forefront of embracing technology. And the reality is there is a huge market for this. The younger generation gets just as excited with how their virtual home team is doing in the standings. Big things on the horizon for the NBA 2K League, and you better not square up against me, Kev. You got no shot.
Okay. I've recorded that comment. Washington shooting an almost unfair 78% from the field. Bridges with the steal. To the inside, Okobo drops in the layup for 2.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against Wynn.
And to me, that's all about the body control, right, Greg? I mean, he does such a stellar job sizing up his man and drains it despite having the size on him.
Pass to Bender. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. In the corner, it's Bridges. Nailed from three-point land. Bridges has got 7 now in this quarter.
And every set they're running looks like it's designed to produce a triple.
Well, you love how the ball is popping outside on the perimeter. It's being moved and finding the open man, and they're cashing in.
Green with the rebound. And taking care of the ball has been a problem for him.
That's something they've got to fix. While the defense has been good, a lot of these turnovers have been unfortunate. Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will, and you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Wizards.
The differential in assists led to a lot of open looks, and it also helped to get more guys involved in the offense easy.
And they made the defense adjust, but they just couldn't come up with an answer.
And this will be a big win for them. Lucky win number 13 now in the bag.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for John Wall.
He affected the game so much with the way he was able to come out and get steals and extra possessions for his team.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. And the All-Star game last season, Doris, no more East versus West format. Do you think when it's all said and done, the league will get rid of conference basketball altogether?
This is a challenging question for me because the WNBA went to seeding teams from 1 through 16, and it didn't matter whether you were West or East. And it has led to the most competitive era in a much-needed WNBA growth period. But the reality is, Kevin, I am very much a traditionalist. And the rivalries in both the Eastern and Western conferences historically have been phenomenal. Whether it was Jordan playing Detroit and having to overcome them, or Boston and Detroit, or the Lakers versus Sacramento briefly when Chris Webber's teams couldn't get over the hump. So this is a hard question for me. I'm not sure which side of the fence I fall on.
Now the pass to Baker. There's the dish to Green. Shoots over Bender. Green, no luck.
Boy, just enough defensive attention to throw that shot off target.
Okobo. They get it back. Outside Jackson. Second chance shot. And that one, good.
You've got to be assertive in catch-and-shoot situations. Josh Jackson, aggressive on the catch there. Really nice.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. They're leading. There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
You know, this is a timeout maybe just so they can pat each other on the back because no other reason to call it.
Yeah, I think it's an opportunity just for the coach to see some execution. Finish this thing out the right way.
Of our Jordan Player of the Game, John Wall.
Yeah, and his performance has been a jaw dropper. It must have been feeling great coming into the building tonight because once he hit the court, it was all working for him. He was in a zone.
They'd lost 2 straight coming into this one, and he knew he needed to put his foot down. He showed leadership tonight, getting them back on the winning track. There's 21 seconds left in the fourth. Here's Green. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
I'll tell you what, the energy in this arena, you can feel it.
Oh, there's no doubt. This crowd is into it, and it's because of how well their guys have played tonight.
Phoenix ball.
Outside Jackson. Now here's Bender. The tray. Misses.
And Green's defense, very important to this team's success. The way he gets up in the face of whoever he's guarding, it becomes infectious to the rest of his guys.
And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. John, this team goes as you and Bradley go. What is it like having him with you out there?
Well, we just enjoy playing with each other. He makes things easy for me, pushing the ball in the fast breaks and having the opportunity to find him and also getting open shots for myself. And he's helped me want to be consistent with my jump shot and making shots and trusting my energy and stuff.
You guys are growing together, John. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. See you later.